everything all over your reading, from beginning to end. Health and wellness, health and wellness, health and wellness. Grounding, getting back to the earth, getting back to nature, cleansing, clearing out, healing, helping. That Capricorn, 100%, it's what's permeating every aspect of you. It's what you need to let permeate you. I'm going to say this right now. There is a huge divide in you. There is an unhealth, there is an unrest, there is an inequality, an imbalance. I'm not compromising. I'm not compromising, and it's twisting you, and it's sickening you. It's making you rot. There is that sense of something that you don't want to yield, or with you haven't been willing to yield. And something is going to make you yield. If there have been conflicts with your health, with how you are feeling, not just emotionally, but I'm actually talking physically. There's a lot of tangible things here, things that you're throwing in money to, not getting answers for, trying to figure out maybe more holistic approaches, trying to learn more holistic approaches. Like, what are my other options? There are inquiries here. There's a feeling like you're going round and around in circles and never getting anywhere, never getting to a solution. There's also, and this is the card that really dominates this reading right now, there's a feeling of everybody else is happy, everybody else is living life, everybody has all of these wonderful things, and I'm the one left in complete and total isolation. I'm the one that is just like, life is passing me by, and it's there's a like, life is passing me by, you know, something or somebody is moving on without me. Well, guess what? You need to heal. And the major way that you need to start healing is to relinquish this sense of uncompromising. There's just, you want to be loved. You want to be together. But there's this internal conflict that says, but I'm not going to compromise. I'm going to do, things are going to be my way. It's going to be done my way. And there's a difference between standards and absolutes. And what you're confusing for standards are actually absolutes. There is a sense of really, you know, like having the bar raised high. It's interesting. It's almost like you'll undersell yourself every time, but simultaneously you won't relinquish any sort of it's like you overcompensate in other aspects of your life. But as the loneliness grows, and as the chasm grows, and as that feeling of hopelessness grows, there is that sense of drawing things tighter, or tightening the noose around other things. And really, it's around your own neck. If you have been feeling a sense of unrest, unwellness, trouble sleeping, waking up at night, this could also be you're looking for answers and they're not yielding. You're not getting them. You're not fine. Something is unyielding here. And that unyielding is the illness. It's the sickness. It's the cancer that you're dealing with right now. There's so much of a need to get back to earth, being out in the wilderness, but also your nature. A happy place for you, something that you had once really cared for. It's not about what you can buy. It's almost like you've compensated so much with money that you've forgotten the heart of why it was important to you to begin with. This is about growing and healing, growing more healthy, growing stronger, growing more aware of what it takes to make yourself healthy and strong, being aware, loving yourself, and really trusting in spirit guides, being led by a very maternal figure, loving yourself or seeing you in your mother. Male or female, it doesn't matter, but there is a sense of recognizing and realizing that you have been controlling situations and controlling people much the way that your a mother figure dominated you, domineered you, controlled you, manipulated you, and basically diminished you, to the point of really dividing yourself from yourself and not understanding, dividing yourself from yourself, which is why there was so much confusion, such a loss, such a pit, such an emptiness, because in a sense, you yielded to somebody else's need of you, and in a way grew twisted because of it. So there was this sense of needing to heal, recognizing needing to grow, recognizing getting back to your nature. You see the little frog? This is Cancerian energy. It's transformation. It's growing out of what you started as, which is like that tadpole who is pushed around, and growing into something that is self-possessed and able to take care of itself, yourself. All of this is calling you back to health. Health is where to start. If you feel like your life is out of control, it is literally health that you have to start. Eating greens, eating root vegetables, eating healthy, clean foods. This is recognizing and realizing how foods and what we put into our body actually transforms our lives. But there's also this sense of, is this just another caveat for me to control, a pit for me to fall into? What is your nature? What is my internal nature? That's what you need to not compromise on, who I really am, what I really love. Those things about myself that I put aside, maybe because of maternal pressure, or maybe the pressure of being a mother or a father yourself, that sense of putting aside your nature for what you thought was doing the right thing, doing the best things. Inner conflict, or maybe projecting your dreams or your desires, your wishes, your hopes onto somebody else, and now starting to see that conflict emerge, a conflict with the people who basically had to live out the dreams or the life the way that you envisioned it, the way that you would have liked it, because you were very dissatisfied with what you grew up with. Either way, there's a discontentment and there's a backlash coming, and it could be coming externally. It could be coming from your children if you've put these pressures on them. It could be just coming from inside of you, reacting now to the pressures that have been put on you. Recognizing and realizing that this unrest, this lack of sleep, this not feeling good, not feeling healthy, is at a seed. It's a soul sickness. And it's starting to manifest physically, right? It's just, it's something that is psychic that is starting to emerge physically. I feel like there's a sense of abandoning one's dreams and compromising it for money. Anything that was tangible, or trying to put all your money, make money what is making the dreams come true. Paying for lessons, paying for this, paying for that. It's almost like, okay, but it's become more about the money than the investment, right? Learning music and learning music, learning how to sing. Could have been always your dream to invest in song, to invest in learning an instrument or learning how to sing, loving to sing, really wanting to do that for a living, wanting to pursue that. And the truth of the matter was you never allowed yourself. Now, it doesn't have to be music, but at Capricorn, this is about that dream that you forced away, almost maybe even ridiculed yourself for, you put away, you put it away for you, but then you projected it onto, maybe forced it onto somebody else. It's like those dreams now had to be inherited. And now it's almost like you're waking up and realizing, through that backlash that's coming back from the outside, that sense of, well, this is what I always wanted, and now I don't have time. And now I'm going to be left behind. It's like I've missed my boat. feeling like you've missed a boat, you know, like these dreams are never going to come true. This feeling of, like I said, watching the whole rest of the world celebrate and enjoy while you're just watching. Or maybe feeling even a bit of jealousy as you watch from afar somebody who is really loving and enjoying their life, somebody who's finally happy and broken through, and you're not happy. You're not happy for them because you felt left behind. And more than anything, you don't want to feel left behind. Or you're dealing with somebody like this. And I'm just like, literally, this is like a character description of somebody who is really not content with who they are. They're not successful inside themselves. They have a ton of money and they use it to kind of keep control over things, direct the flow of things, and to sort of keep doing things that make them more and more unhealthy, which is stemming from this need to control, this need to deny who they are inside, a sense of it's time to gain control over those real, like, it's time to gain control over needing control, right? It's time to sort of, they're fucking unhappy. They're unhappy, they're miserable, and it's almost, and they're pushing it onto you, right? Or you're doing this to the world at large. A sense of unfulfilled dreams that have grown into bitterness, or maybe indulgence in another sense, drinking too much, isolating yourself from the rest, from everybody else, because just to like almost like play the martyr, a sense of, look at, I've set up their lives so that they can have fun, while I sit here stoic and alone. And you're full of shit. This person's full of, either it's you or somebody else, they're full of shit. They're full of shit. They do it because they're a coward, because they were afraid to step out and really own everything that they wanted to be. And they either projected all that shit, superimposed it on their kids, or they basically are making everybody around them feel guilty for being happy, for actually pursuing their dreams. There's some sort of really sick person, and they're sick, and they need to return to like healing themselves. Healing all over this place starts with prayer, it starts with faith, it starts with returning to nature, your earth signs. So look at all these energies, look at this, it's all green. This is about returning to your elements, returning to elementally who you are, right? All green, everything is about returning to nature and healing yourself from the inside out, or no, excuse me, from the outside in. From the outside in, getting back to nature. You know, taking your shoes off, allowing yourself to not be so, allowing themselves, whoever this is, allowing themselves to not be so wrapped up, to not be so self-possessed, to not be so consumed, but to be more rugged. Let your hair down, put your feet in the sand or in the dirt. Allow yourself to get back to, and then to get back to nature, but also metaphorically, or esoterically, get back to your nature. Who are you really? And stop saying, I don't have time. Stop saying, I don't have time. I just have to keep investing in somebody else. So no, why are you paying music lessons for your kid? Why are you paying for music lessons for your kid? Because they want it, or because it's what you always loved, but you couldn't justify investing in yourself because you had to have so much control, because you had to do this, you had to do that. You know, you couldn't make the unhealthy choice. You couldn't make the unwise choice. You had to do the responsible. No, you had to do the cowardly thing. You know, you couldn't take a chance on what it is you really loved. Maybe you blame your parents. You think that they didn't give you enough, or you didn't have enough, or things weren't secure enough. But if things weren't secure already, why not take more risks? What are you risking? You got nothing to lose. This is a sense of reclaiming responsibility for what you did not allow into your life or allow yourself to indulge in, so that you could start this person can stop spreading the misery to other people, as well as heal themselves. Because whatever the conflict with health is, it's a conflict of the soul and the spirit, and now it's manifesting physically. Okay. Whoa, Capricorn. Yep. Completely and totally repressed, chained up, like literally you don't have a voice of your own. Maybe chirping and suppressing. This is being suppressed, having your voice suppressed, feeling like you're oppressed in some way. But I feel like this person is the root of their own oppression. Having to get things done, rushing, making things get done, wanting things to get done quickly, and hiding who you are in order to do it. Because you wanted things to be okay. So, or sort of like you rushed out of the house, you rushed into life because you didn't like who you were, and you are still in some ways disguising who you really are. Dressing up, like dressing in a uniform, dressing up in a suit and tie, dressing up the way you think people should look. There is a sense of rushing into getting out of yourself because something about yourself scared you so much. You didn't want to be lost. You didn't want to be a loser. You didn't want to be left behind. And you paid too high of a price. Now, like I said, this is either you or somebody extremely close to you that you're dealing with firsthand. Miracles are endless. So there was a lot of abundance. This is Taurus energy. So there was a lot of money. There was a lot of financial wealth and abundance that came into your life because what you did was you gave away your emotional stability. You gave away your happiness. You gave away that in order to fit into what was going to get you the money first. And this was a while ago. I think this started in youth. So essentially, Capricorn, you're dealing with a person, or you are this person who has been living very unhealthy for a long time. And when I say unhealthy, I don't necessarily mean drugs and alcohol or, no, I mean they become very successful at the expense of their soul. Prioritizing. Once again, we have Gemini energy that is in reverse. But let's read these cards first. Learn from the past. So there is some maternal, matriarchal, or paternal, like bloodline thing, a sense of not wanting to repeat the past or wanting to get the fuck away from the past, like stampeding forward, pushing through, forcing your way through, just like bat out of hell kind of energy of wanting to get away from and move into something more beautiful, a more beautiful position, being very attracted by, this is Libran energy, pretty things, beautiful things, thinking that having beautiful things around you made you better than where you came from. You tell me who this is about. Take time out. There is a sense of being protective, being defensive, forcing your way into this world like a grizzly bear, just not taking no for an answer. There is also a sense of mama bear energy. So it could very well have been that you were forced, this person was forced by a parent, by a very strong parent, to go into this direction, forced by them to almost prove themselves to the parent, right? Or a sense of them forcing their children into this circumstance and then becoming the bear themselves. And then you have life is speeding up, so, but it's in reverse. So you're really stuck and life is starting to unravel. It's not coming together. The pieces don't fit. And it's because it's not sincere. It's completely and totally insincere. Koala, so now we have lay a solid foundation and koala spirit. So this is Virgo energy. And it's almost like lording over, having a big plan, being the architect, step by step, pedantically, deciding, making decisions, deciding what was going to work, deciding what direction you take. And it wasn't the right direction. It was like, in some ways, even though spirit has a plan here, it's almost like, somebody wrapped it up as what was destined for them. This is what they were supposed to do. This was God's way. This was the universe's way. This is what they had to do. It wasn't. It was what they were scared into doing. And it's almost like a misinterpretation of Spirit's plan. So you've been executing, you've been certain about it. You've been executing the wrong plan, is what I'm saying. You misunderstood. This was a misinterpretation, which is why I feel like it started back in somebody's youth, a misinterpretation of what happiness was, because it was based on working for success, working for money, but not working to make a success and make money from who you really were inside. That was what you were meant to do, but this was a misinterpretation. This person went in a different direction. Why is this energy coming out? I really need to understand. I think because there's just so much close to you right now. It's so close to you. Either it's you yourself or it's so close to you. And I think like you really needed to hear that sort of spirit wants to unravel you. It wants to make you unravel. It's trying to intentionally unravel you. And it's because this person is wound up too tight. It wants to unwind you. Yeah, I mean, okay. Oh, Capricorn, time to collaborate and chameleon spirit. You have to tell this person what you really feel. Like you have to literally stop pretending like everything is okay. Because there was a sense of there's an insincerity in this partnership here. It's being glued together, being paired together by something that is not real. And I think that that's not for those of you who are happy. This is for this person. There's a sense of you need to tell them exactly what's going on, like not hold any punches anymore, because they actually need your help. They don't have the ability to handle this by themselves. But there's also that sense of, they don't want to be alone. You know what I'm saying? It's like they want to work with you. They want you to be with them because they just don't want to be alone. They're pretending like this is a partnership, but it's not a partnership. It's actually a dependency because they don't want to be alone. And now the truth is coming out. They're scared of being lonely. Oh, I really can't wait to get into tarot. Let's pull the first few cards and see. The link below, the link is down below. We're definitely going to do the spirit cards too. But this is interesting energy. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, stuck in mental distress and anguish, almost stuck by their own mind. Transformation and happiness coming through a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Okay, so somebody is extremely miserable and upset because there's been a change for the better, I think maybe in a Leo's life or somebody else's life. We will get to that. We will get to that, the rest of that reading. Let's go to angel messages, Capricorn. Capricorn, this is huge because there's so much goodness going on in your life. So I wonder if you're not dealing with somebody with these issues, or there's a sense of two different Capricorns that are watching. People who have dealt with themselves and let go and relinquished control and humbled themselves in front of spirit, and now are following their happiness, following their true life's purpose, and finding that, you know what, I tell this to my best friend all the time, you can be successful and be happy at the same time. Like you can make a success out of your life. So out of your what you love to do. I said people do it all the time. I was like, why can't you be one of those people? So if you're one of those people who has embraced that and who has spent this time, especially the past 8 months, building on that concept of my life is deconstructing, throw it all away. I'm going to rebuild it in the image that I love. Like I'm going to build a life that I love. For those of you who are there, I'm telling you, you're experiencing bliss, you're experiencing happiness, but there is somebody next to you that is not very fucking happy at all. And it could be because your happiness is exposing the fact that they're stuck. Achievements. Take a little time to reflect on what you have achieved to date. Is it what you want? You know, there's a sense of, does achievement mean so much that it's achievement at any cost, including my own health and happiness? Is it the achievement that you're actually proud of, or it was just, you know, achievement that was available to you at the time? It is often easy to forget where you started from and how far you've come. Honor and be grateful for this extraordinary journey that is your life. Now, normally this card says just like appreciate yourself, appreciate how far you've come, recognize, but no, there's this subtext that the angels are pushing me toward, saying, point this out, point this out. It's often easy to forget where you started from. It's almost like you wanted to forget where you started. If you wanted to pretend you were somebody else and never acknowledge who you were. Like, I don't ever want to go back there. I don't want to acknowledge where I come from. Why not? Why not? Why have you flown so far away, run so far away from? Why are you ashamed of where you came from? Where we come from doesn't have to be where we end up. But why do you treat it like it's something ugly? I had to say that. Gratitude. Make gratitude your new attitude. The stars will shine brighter upon you. All in your world will become lighter. Breathe out. Exhale. Allow yourself to say thank you, God, for all that I have, because there's a sense of all that you have is not going to disappear if you suddenly decide to get happy. And compassion. Last but not least, no, there's another card here. It snuck out on me. When you show greater compassion toward yourself, the universe automatically responds by showering you with greater blessings. Oh my God. Somebody needs to have a conversation with the universe to get back to their heart and soul of what they really love. They really love to do and who they really are. You need to have this heart to heart with the truth. Love yourself enough to love yourself. How about that? Like, that's it. Like, just actually love who you are instead of the persona that you created. And then last but not least, vision. A positive outcome requires a positive vision. Visualize everyone involved in your present situation surrounded by light and love. Make sure to include yourself also. Your love has the power to influence and transform the current events. This is beautiful. You can bring somebody through this. You can help them heal. You can help them restart their life. You can help them find their way. But please don't be their crutch. Because I have a feeling in some ways this person wants to suck you back and get your attention. They need your attention. They need you. They need to take you away from your happiness because they're not happy you're happy. So just be sure that this person, you're always pushing this person toward their own vision, toward them figuring out their own vision instead of you coming back and fixing it or solving it for them. Let's continue on with tarot. We'll reveal all the dirty details. Capricorn, the link is below. I'll see you guys over there.